Hello, everyone. A very good evening to you all. It's me, Wumi Oyewole. Yes, we are right here now on Candid Conversations. And I have here with me, yes, Ruth D-Whyte. Yes, how are you, Ruth? Good to have you here tonight.
I'm so good, Wumi. Blessed and so happy to see you too and to be on this beautiful show.
Just one or two things. Ruth D-Whyte is an award-winning educationist with over 20 years experience. So can you tell the audience, yes, what you do and a bit about yourself and how you got into education?
It all started about 20 to 25 years or more back. Basically, I found myself, I actually started work as a banker. I was studying banking and finance. You see, at times we have people in our lives that just come for a specific reason. And I just had one mentor. He just said one word to me. He said, go into that school and make a difference. You can do it. And that was all it took. And so I started, about 25 years back, and I found an interest in what they were doing, all the values that I had with regards to banking and dressing and all that. I brought it into the school system and, expected to say if people could spend a lot of time and, the way they dress just to take care of money, how much more taking care of children. And so I began to build those values in the educational system. I went in to study about education. I went into, and I started learning and building and growing, as day after day. Kicked off with our family, kicked off with basically about 50 children. We rose up to 600 to 700 kids and rose up from nursery to primary and to secondary. It's been a beautiful blessing.
So when you came to England, how did you get involved? Because I know that was in Nigeria. When you came to England, how did you transfer those skills coming into Nigeria, over into a new country, and then actually using those skills in education here?
Well, the dream and the passion came through special needs. That was one of the reasons why I just moved over. I was like, let me get more education, more knowledge on how to work with children with special needs. And because, once you're born into something and once you have a call for something, it just keeps building on. And so as I moved over here, it was more about what can we do? How can we help children? How can we help children who have been put aside, who have challenges and have problems? And so basically because I had a son who had needs, I set up a school out here in the UK for children with special needs. It was a real battle.
What does special needs really mean? So what can you tell us a bit about what special needs really mean?
For everyone out there, it's most important that we know that everyone has a need. I always say this. Everyone does have a need. We all have a need. But just that some people or some children or young persons may have more needs than others that maybe so glaring, it's just so glaring. Everyone knows that there's a problem and an issue or challenge. So a child who has needs is basically a child who has specific, unique needs that are related to education or health or anything regarding to the child's learning.
Let's just think about it. What kind of needs do children normally have who are special?
Okay, let's look at it this way. You find out that, all right, you have a typical classroom and you bring in some 5-10 children into the classroom. What are the major barriers? What will hinder a child from learning in that particular classroom? This is the question. So if I put these children in this classroom, you find out that some children are just racing ahead. You give them some particular, just take a typical session with mathematics. A child just races ahead, gives you answers and all that. What you find out in that classroom, some children have spend more time to process the information that's been given. And so they don't respond as quickly as others are. And these are where you see children who have needs, and they term them as children who have learning needs or learning difficulties, and they're very many categories of children that have needs, and you could look at kids who have sensory needs. You could have children who have physical needs. You could see children who have auditory needs, learning needs. You could see children who have cognitive needs, that they're not really able to process the information. So there are basically 4 broad areas of needs. But if we look at it, I hate to label children, so we just look at areas where a child has a difficulty. I like to listen more rather than just seeing things. I like to touch things rather than to see things. It's just understanding what are the hindrances. Why can't I learn as fast as the others? Knowing that we are all unique in our own ways, and because we are unique in our own way, that means that the teacher has to have the ability to reach out to all the children in the classroom, whatever need they may have.
You said you had a business, almost like a school. Could you tell us a bit more about your school that you had and what you had to do when COVID-19 came in?
Okay, yes, I had a school. It was more like an inclusive center. It was very challenging, I must say. So we moved over, after setting the school up, we moved over to what we call an after-school setting, which was more like an inclusive center, working alongside with children with special needs. So it was kind of unique in the sense that our programs were designed to meet the needs of each child. And so with the kids with special needs were not uniquely labeled or kept aside or moved aside to a set. They were more or less working alongside with other children in the center with a specific purpose or a specific reason based on their strengths. Well, come COVID-19, oh my gosh, the centers closed and all that. It was just horrible. And so we decided to do a lot of rebranding, restructuring, reorganization. We reorganized our services. So it's more like online sessions, supporting social skills online, working alongside with parents, acting as parents advocates, which is vital.
I'm going to move us on really to your book. So what made you write your book? I've got it here, a copy of it with me, called My Excellent Child. Yeah, I've got it here with me. Yeah, good.
Yes.
So what made you write your book, My Excellent Child?
Yes, it's these things I'm talking about, the challenges, parents face. And, being a parent myself and also listening, to the many parents, because I have support groups working alongside with parents in various ways, and seeing the major challenges with just having a focal point. The fact one of the issues is educational healthcare plans. And so this book, My Excellent Child, is basically on the practicalities of the EHCP. How practical is it for us? Knowing the challenges I have faced, and then looking around and, listening to the parents, and they're saying the same things, problems that I have also faced. I felt it's time to write a book. How can we, take off the jargon and get the information down to the hands of the parents?
So I love the title. My Excellent Child. What made you call it My Excellent Child rather than Your Excellent Child? I just want to dig deep with the book, title of the book.
Yes, because when we think about our children, especially parents with special needs, how parents feel. Each time you go to a school, each time you go for a meeting, all the information you receive is bad news. I'm so sorry your child can't meet up. I'm so sorry your child is not good enough. I'm so sorry you get it's horrible. And so what you've got to begin to rise up within yourself to begin to understand who your child is. So I believe that whoever my son or my daughter is, I need to see that, I need to feel and sense and know it. So that no matter what I'm being told, no matter what I hear, I know what I know regarding my child. There is something in your child's life. There are great values in your children's lives, and we need to see them as parents before anyone else will see them. And so when we move out, we don't let anyone hold us bound or let us down or take our children down. Our children are excellent. I see my sons, I have 2 boys, excellent children.
I want to read a portion of the book. It says on page 10, every child is unique. And every child seeks to address the unique strengths found in every child. Every child is unique. What makes a child unique, really? As you said, what makes a child unique? Just give me one thing or two that makes a child unique. Whether they have special needs or not.
Because we've been created by God. I know we're speaking to a great audience and I don't want to go so spiritual, but we've been created by God himself. He knows why each child is here. I was speaking on another session and I was talking about a child who just all he does is to smile. If that child is giving you a smile, take it, receive it, and leave it. We have people walking the face of this earth that don't even understand what a smile does in a room, what a smile does in a family, and what a smile does in a community. With whatever has been implanted and endowed within them, this is what we expect to see. So our goal as parents is to find out the uniqueness of our children. Who are they? Why are they here? And once we begin to discover that, then we will see our children blossom and shine out for the calling, for the respect.
Education is important, but it's good to be educated in areas that you are interested in, if I will say that.
Yes. You have been called, what you have been called to do, the inner values within you. Everyone can't be a doctor. Everyone can't be lawyers. We can't do any other thing. Let's find who we are and excel within who we've been called to be. That is the action.
I absolutely love that. Every child can't be a lawyer, a doctor, a pharmacist, another one on top, a barrister, a judge.
No, you can't be. You can't be.
Ruth is just so brilliant at this. So thank you for coming on tonight and for sharing out your heart with our audience.
Thank
and on
you.
that note, everybody, we're going to say bye for now. Yeah.